Now let's talk about Being Eddie, that new Netflix documentary. For those of you who don't know, Eddie Murphy is my all-time favorite comedian. Honestly, my all-time favorite entertainer, period. The man gave us Harlem Nights, for God's sakes. From the moment he stepped on the scene, he wasn't just funny, he was inevitable. I've said this 1,000 times and I'll say it again. Eddie Murphy is a spiritual channel. Now, that's not me being dramatic, that's just facts. There are people who tell jokes, and then there are people who transmit energy. Eddie is a transmitter, a true superstar in the metaphysical sense. Now, to be fair, sorry, Mom, but I gotta put this on you. But shout out to you, Mom, because you absolutely raised me on comedy. We watched Raw and Delirious an unhealthy number of times. And when I tell you Robin Harris' Baby Kids went platinum in our house, I'm really not playing. So comedy was basically scripture. But here's the part that really shaped me when it came to Eddie Murphy. He was the first black person that I saw on TV who talked shit to palm-colored people. And he didn't flinch when he did it either. And listen, depending on where you grew up at, that might sound small, but for me, that was revolutionary. It told me a different reality was possible. Eddie cracked something open in the collective psyche. He made room. He was the Michael Jordan of comedy. He didn't just participate in the game, he changed the entire league. He made it normal for the black funny guy to be the action hero, the leading man, and the sex symbol. He was the whole package. Eddie walked in the room and he was like, shit, I'm going to be all of it. I ain't going to choose none of it. Even the bad Eddie Murphy movies are classics. And I stand 10 toes down on it.
How you doing?
What people forget is that Eddie rose during a time when Hollywood only allowed one black comedian at the top at a time. And instead of fitting into that box, he blew them doors off and he basically kicked the walls down and made space for everybody who came after him. So when I watched that Netflix documentary, it felt special. Not just nostalgic, but historic. And the fact that he reached that level that he did during the era that he did and still managed to come out of the other side healthy, grounded, drug-free, and alive, listen, that alone is an applause. That alone is a miracle. So if you're a fan of Eddie Murphy, the art, the legacy, the magic, please go watch Being Eddie. You won't be disappointed. Trust me, it's funny as hell too. Netflix, y'all did y'all big one with this one.